Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Ahmad Saleem recording for the Daily Reminder. When Rasulullah ﷺ one day after praying Zuhr Salah, he takes a Sahabi with him, Abu Hurairah, and he tells him, let's go for a walk. The Sahabi, he goes with Rasulullah ﷺ and they go out all the way to the village or the community, the suburbs of the Jewish tribes. Past those Jewish tribes suburbs, you're talking about by the mountain of Uhud, Rasulullah ﷺ comes to a door, he knocks at that door and he stays outside and he says the following words. He's like, أَثَمَّ لُكَعُ أَثَمَّ لُكَعُ أَثَمَّ لُكَعُ. Where is my loved one? Where is my loved one? Where is my loved one? Luka actually means a piece of your heart. And then Rasulullah ﷺ sits with Abu Hurairah outside of the house. Now Abu Hurairah is seeing all of this, and it's quite strange that Rasulullah has walked this far, knocks at the house, didn't even enter and just ask for something. Then what happens is, moments later, Hassan radiallahu anhu, he jumps out of the house and he sees his grandfather in front and he starts running towards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At that point, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recognizes that his height is a little bit higher than the child coming, so he lowers his body down onto the floor so that he could be at the level of Hassan. And he opens his arms and Hassan radiallahu anhu, he jumps into a hug of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he hugs him and he starts kissing him, smelling his hair. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he's watching, and then Rasulullah says, and Ya Allah, I love him, so you love him, and love the one whoever loves him, meaning love the person who loves Hassan radiallahu. Now this is a very small story, short story. Most of you probably heard of this story. But what are some of the lessons for us in this story? First and foremost, think about the obedience that Abu Hurairah shows towards Rasulullah ﷺ. And this is the obedience of Sahaba radiallahu anhu. That on an extremely hot day, Rasulullah tells Abu Hurairah, let's go. And he doesn't even tell him where we're going. And Abu Hurairah turns to Rasulullah ﷺ and he says, Ya Rasulullah, can you tell me where are we going? What's the plan? Have you ever been in a car when you're lost and both of you are lost and you're driving and you have absolutely no idea where you're going, you're looking for a restaurant, and then one of you eventually says, stop, let's make a decision of where we have to eat first, so that so it kind of gets to your nerves. But then you see Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he kind of walked almost 7 to 8 kilometers from Masjid al-Nabawi all the way to the area we're talking about. That's a good 7-8 kilometer walk on an extremely hot day, right at the zenith, right when the sun is on your head. And they didn't have air-conditioned cars, they didn't have umbrellas. Total obedience to Rasulullah ﷺ. The question I want you to ask ourselves is, how many times do we come across a hadith that kind of sits in wrong with what we believe or what the society is doing? And how many times do we have that courage to say, this is the hadith of Rasulullah ﷺ, and I know this hadith to be true, I'm going to submit to it. It's a difficult thing to do. Second thing we find is Rasulullah ﷺ, he knocked at the door and he made it very clear to Fatima radiallahu anha that I'm not here to visit you, I'm here to visit my grandson. I'm here to visit my grandson. Now, in effect, what is he saying? If the grandfather shows reverence, love towards a grandchild, you automatically are giving a symbol to your children, to the mother and father of that child, that I really care about your children, i.e. I also care about you very much. And that's why Fatima radiallahu anha, she didn't have any objections to it. I want to ask a question. Grandparents, grandfathers who are going to be listening to these videos, or soon to be grandparents and grandfathers, when was the last time you took out time from your retired life, or you took out time on your weekend and you just went up to your son or daughter and you told them, listen, send my child out, I'm just going to take him for an ice cream. See, these bonds are very important in the Muslim community and we need to really work on that. Third point I want you to look at is Fatima radiallahu anha. It's mentioned in one of the other narrations that as soon as she heard that Rasulullah ﷺ has come to take Hassan radiallahu anhu, she held him, she washed him, changed his clothes, and even in one of the narrations he said that she made Hassan radiallahu anhu wear a necklace of qurunful, cloves. They're like, in Arabic they call them ismar, clove, in Urdu they call it long, that small thing. So even till this day Arabs wear this because it has that fragrance and it has other benefits that they believe that it has. So that Fatima radiallahu anha, she took the time to prepare the child. What is the message that the child gets away saying that, listen, I'm about to meet my grandfather, and the mother's like, wait, you gotta get ready for him. It's your grandfather. You gotta show respect to him. See, oftentimes we think, oh, our child is not respecting us. Respect is not something you can feed into the child. You need to be that role model as parents, that you are respecting your parents, i.e. your children will also learn that respect from you. But if you're not doing that, then don't expect that your child is going to respect you. Next lesson. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he looks up and he makes that dua that I love Hassan radiallahu anhu. And at that point, Abu Hurairah, he says, by Allah, from that day on, there has been no one that is more beloved to me in my eyes after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam than Hassan radiallahu anhu. And that should be the case for us. All this, the fitna that is around Hassan and Hussein and stuff like that, we need to realize that they were Ahlul Bayt, grandsons of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we really need to love them. Hopefully, we all benefited with this. This is Ahmad Saleem signing off. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.